I thought I was done for the day, but the video I posted this morning where God was talking about, it was a lyrical message about the fray where they finally, they were at their lowest point, this destruction, this judgment that this person was going through. God, they came to that lowest point where they cried out to God for help because they came to a dead end. They didn't have anyone else to turn to, anywhere else to go. They got nothing. God had to strip some of them of everything. And, they finally turned to God, and now they're back home with God. But he just brought me, there's this purple notebook that he had me purchase last year when he was actually talking to me about the stages of this. And I had just cleaned my car out, and I noticed that everything of my daughter's that I got out was purple. And he took me back to my purple notebook. And one of the first things that I pulled out of it was a word that he gave me that was titled Just in Time, Fast and Easy Rapid Exchange. And I released this a while back, but he has now brought me back to it again. And I just said in a word I posted yesterday, something about exchange. And because he's been talking about exchange a lot lately. And this is what it says. I'll read what it says. They have been hiding. So if you have a spouse that at some point will be going through judgment, and God may be speaking to you that they're going through it currently, but it doesn't look like it. It's a smoke and mirrors effect happening. You don't see what's actually happening on the other end. They may be hiding it from you. It may be hidden. They're just not telling you that these things are happening. Number one, because they know why they're happening, because you probably warned them that it was going to happen, or whatever the case, why ever God might have this hidden. It may be hidden from you, and you might not, you've got God telling you that this is about to happen, or this is happening, or it's been happening, but you can't see it because they're very good at hiding it, or you just may not be in contact with them, so you don't, but it may be hidden from you. And he's saying, like, if it's been hidden, like the judgment and destruction is here. It's happening. It has been happening. They've been experiencing sleepless nights. Their life is drying up. It's drying up. It's actively drying up, or it is about to completely dry up. They know why it's happening. They know that it's due to the way that they've been living, and they can't justify it. They know that they cannot justify it. It's clear to them, and God said, I'm finishing up, which he's been talking about for the last few weeks, this last bit of drawing things up. And he's making it fast. He said, making it fast, like a quick piercing. They'll make the decision to give up this life that they have been living in exchange, death, exchanging it for living for me and my will, choosing life, being born again into a person who serves the Lord, and a soldier for Christ, putting on the full armor of God, working through God's strength and might and not their own any longer. And he had given me Luke 1:14 when he gave me that. Now, the way I got that word at the time was through a TV show that God speaks to me through a lot, Big City Greens, that my daughter watches. And this episode particularly, she was watching one day and it stood out to me. So basically, the Greens family struggle with some big changes. And the wife in the show says, and think of the wife as God, okay? She says, if I can't stop you, I'll just take your tools, because the husband is trying to do everything in his own might and in his own strength. And she is basically like, you're doing too much, like, relax. And so again, think of her as God. She says, if I can't stop you, I'll just take your tools. Like God did. He stripped them of everything because they wouldn't stop trying to do things in their own will. And he's like, I need my tools. I can't fix without them. I'm just going to fix everything in the house. So it's this house that he's trying to fix. And think of house as the house, the body, them. I need my tools. I can't fix without them. I'm going to fix everything in this house and no one's going to stop me. The pride before the fall, okay? And then destruction happens. Like this whole entire house falls apart. And it's really not funny. It's almost like if you're sitting there watching your sibling get in trouble by your parent and you're just watching them and they're going through it and they're getting in trouble and you're just sitting there like watching. It's really not funny, but like the pride before the fall. And then he goes, after this destruction happens and they're kind of just sitting there looking at all of it, he's like, I always imagine the moment that I stepped through this door, it would fix all my problems. Doing things in their own way, trying to fix their own problems, realizing that it's not their strength that's going to fix their problems, it's God. So then she's like, is that why you tried to fix everything at once? And he's like, yeah, but no matter how hard I try, there's just problem after problem. It's just so overwhelming. So they've been trying to get their life together. They've been trying to do all of these things, trying to acquire everything on their own, but, and do everything on their own, in their own strength, but they've realized they can't. And then the scene switches and they're sitting on this swing outside swinging and it's all peaceful and everything's fixed and everything's good. And he's like, now this is what I remember. Thanks. I promise I'll relax and take it easy and slow on the fixing. So that's when they kind of, everything, God's kind of rescued them out of that place after the destruction. And he starts to kind of clean everything up and bring them back to this place of peace, how they remembered before all this started happening, and they make that promise to God that they're going to relax and allow God to take control, and allow God, to order their steps for them. So, wow. So yeah, that's, again, this whole process could have been hidden. They probably could have been very good at hiding it. And that's why God had initially said it was a smoke and mirrors effect happening. It's not what it looked like. It's not what it appeared. It was being hidden. And for whatever reason, it was hidden. So not for everybody. Again, this is for specific, very specific, but, yeah, the word that I released this morning said, whoever it is for, they're reaching that point or about to reach or have reached that point of surrenderance to God and have chosen life, have chosen to live rather than choosing to go down the other path of destruction, death, the path with the enemy walking by their side rather than, walking down the path, the upright path that God intended for them to go down from the beginning. So yeah, take it to God, sit with God on it. Of course, it's not for everyone in this season, but who it's for, God will confirm that to you. This should serve as confirmation to what he's been giving you. I pray that it gets to the right people at the right time. And if you feel led to sow, my information is there. And I just pray that y'all have a blessed day, and I will see y'all whenever the Lord releases me to come back. Okay, bye.